Welcome everyone, this is the Simpit, this is Mitchy Hoyer, and we are back live with Formula SimRacing, so testing here for the Circuit of the Americas. And, well, what shall I say? How to get out here. I do not actually know what is wrong, but I'm sitting in between the garages, having no chance whatsoever to get out or anything, and that is the first thing I need to actually do here. Just trying to find myself a way out. Well, that would work at least. Okay, so we are here today trying to find more pace in the set. Therefore, we're assigning our current setup and then head out on track to try and get into the groove. That is not really much what I want to do each and every time, but you know, you don't want to destroy the tires either way, so you do a 5-point turnaround here in the garage to then go out. Hey there Peter, how you doing buddy? Hey Ultimon, hey Max, hope you guys are doing fine. As we're coming up for a long run basically here on the official FSR server. You guys are free to join if you wish to give the car a go, if you wish to want to have a try. Just go into the rFactor 2 launcher, type in FSR and you will find an official practice server. That's where I'm on. Trying to get the grips, trying to get the groove. Fast Lane Rachel, hey there, how you doing? Long time no see, it's nice to see you. So we are heading out for a straight out state-of-the-art long run. So let's see how long those soft tires will last. Obviously doing race pace driving, trying to be consistent, trying to be gentle to the tires, trying to be controlled, but obviously at the same time be quick. With the Austin Grand Prix or the US Grand Prix just being behind us, there is plenty of driving lines you now could test. Obviously crucial turn 19, better be safe than sorry. Manuel Wendel, hey there, and also Andres. Good evening to you guys there on Facebook. Good to see the Facebook comments back. For some reason they did not work for quite some time. Yep, Julius, absolutely. I do like Circuit of the Americas. Got a good rhythm. Contains a lot of the of famous parts, like, you know, Silverstone S's. I do like this Mickey Mouse here, as it is a very technical part. Florian Bien, definitely not on stream, and definitely as a reward if we're doing good. Can't see how much practice I normally do. I used to do a lot more in the past, and I want to come back to the point of doing more practice again and have better racing results. So as of right now, I think I should practice about 5 to 10 hours to a race, including maybe a race sim. So we're starting with a 140.1. as I told you guys, we're trying to get out in the long run, so slightly increasing the speed, being safe on the tyres, don't destroy them too quickly. We've seen how to do that in the US Grand Prix this weekend. So obviously we are on the setup we developed last week Wednesday. Hey there Mark, hey there Ian. And with this setup we try to improve lap times now. As I said, it is a set we developed Wednesday, so it got a little bit more improved tyre wear compared to what we started on. But obviously it's still a very basic set. Nothing finalized just yet. As we're heading into the 39s presumably. Very important here with those tyres, with that car, let the car go where it wants to. Don't try forcing the car too tight around corners, don't try forcing the car too quick around the corners. Yep, Mark, actually I changed equipment 7 or 8 weeks ago after SimRacing Expo. So 2 months. We're on with that equipment right there. Hey there, Subsode. How you doing, man? Adam Rainey, hey buddy. Yeah, the more fluid and controlled you're driving the car around here, the more long the tyres will be happy. Maybe you take the shorter route there, don't go as wide to the outside. It's just a short sprint up to turn 18.
That was a 1:39.04.
Missing that apex. Very difficult call on that turn 8-9 complex. Don't outbrake yourself. That is very easy to destroy the tyres that way. Also with that slide into turn 16, I think we will have higher tyre wear in the back this time. Yep, just slightly. What we have. Yes, Adam, I'm in the official server. This track is very important to have the rear saved, as in that high-speed corner you need that lateral grip in the rears, and then you have a lot of traction zones. I think at least 3 or 4 corners that require traction, and this one is killing as well, as it is an acceleration zone while still turning. Here, hard traction required. I'm not entirely happy with the balance yet. Once again, a little slide into 12. It's very easy to overheat them tyres in that technical complex. Another slide here into 16. Beyond that, we're losing time compared to our Delta. We'll surely have a few looks into Motec after the run.
The lap was a 1:39.2.
Oh, I've seen those rear end suspension failures quite some time in F1. I mean, the way that Circuit of the America track was bumpy is ridiculous for F1 standards. I'm not saying it needs to be all flat, but on those bumps even GT3s would have bottomed out by some fair margin. That's at least what it looked like. That's most likely a lap for trash. At least lap time inconsistency wise. And I got this weird sliding in the rear going on, so there will be an adjustment necessary looking towards rear anti-roll bar. What about front tyre behaviour on the curbs? It tends to understeer, so curbs are bumpy surface wise, which makes the car jump. I'm not sure whether we can hit the longitude of the waves, of the shock waves, in order to get the grips up. I mean, you hear the bouncing going on the steering wheel.
That was a
39.6. Yeah, and that happens as soon as the tyre is starting to drop off. You have a tiny bit of understeer into 8, missing the exit. Gets you a bad run through 9. We saw that on Lewis Hamilton yesterday, as his tyres were about to fade away in the first stint, as he was sliding wide through turn 8. No, I did not see Automobilista to be delayed. Well, it's a shame. At least no slide into 16, but a little bit compromised on the speed there. A little bit of lift required for 18, otherwise killing the tyres too much. Slightly missing the 8 packs. So going into that final turn with a huge slide, yeah, letting up the rears. So I need to get rid of that, because that kills the stint. That surely takes away 2, maybe even 3 laps of duration what the tyre actually could handle. I'm very sure about that. Yeah, and now I think we're also starting to have fading fronts as they keep heating up. I'm seemingly turning around the car here. Let's try to correct that with DRS for once. See what DRS is worth. 6.9. DRS wide open. 6. Vastly 2/10. I agree with you, Gasper. They should try focusing and finish the game rather before releasing it. And at least, at the very latest now, the rears are, you know the word. Yeah, as we have identical front to rear tyre balance here in the tyre wear. That means, on that note, we're trying to do one further lap. Yeah, but I already feel the oversteer because of the bad tyre wear balance. Still, we need to see what is still possible with those tyres right there. But now we're absolutely killing the tyres sideways out of every turn. Oh, I wouldn't give a fuck about those graphics. They are just wrong. At one point we saw, I think, Bottas on 16 lap old softs compared to Hamilton 27 lap old hards, and Hamilton has been 40, whereas the softs of Bottas shall have still 90% of rubber left. They should skip those animations or skip those displays, as they are just giving a wrong idea of what's actually going on. I mean, what I heard is that those charts being guesswork of computers according to lap times and tire age and performances and all that. But if we all remember Singapore, which was a big train of sandbagging in the first stint, you know what? If you looked at that, probably the tires all had 70 or 80% left when they came into the pits, and yet those graphics told people were down to 30 or 20%, something like that. Okay, I need to have some balance change here, so definitely having a look at rear anti-roll bars. But first of all, having a look into some modec data. And I can stand with a PC right here because meanwhile I got the Motec software up here. Yes, so... Oh yeah, Victor, that was a second joke, I agree. Yeah, at the end of the day, all of those have been a joke to a certain extent. Alright, let's have a look. 10 laps we did on the tyre, but yeah, looking tyre wear wise, we've done pretty bad. Bear with me. Okay. Right, that tells me a bit of a story. Alright. So we're heading back into the garage. We're working a little bit on the setup here. I think Packers was a bad idea. If I do turn... Yes, that should work. So quite some few changes I'm doing right there. So let's head out for a second stint. Let's see if we can do a little more laps this time by. As we want to agree on that, we did 10 laps in the first one, to be precise. Oh, Victor, I had to check. Actually, I got oversteer, which could be caused by the same problem to a certain extent. Oh, for God's sake! I need to fix that for a race. Hey, Stuart. Lol. Yeah, I'll still occupy that channel though in the favour of Sean. Alright, 11 laps done. Let's see if we actually got an improvement here. I'm not sure whether it will be lap time wise. What I will be sure about though is that it should be tyre wear wise in the back. A lot more stable car, a lot more stable rear end. Will it hurt the turning? Maybe. Oh, screen, for God's sake. Sorry. Sorry. Thank you, guys. Alright, what I did now is I was softening the rear anti-roll bars a little bit, as in trying to give the rear end a little bit more capacity to take the left-hand, right-hand rolls. I've stiffened the front suspension a tiny bit in order to, you know, the less the front end is moving, the less capability of the rear end needs to be around to follow what the front does. So by stiffening the front end, you can actually make the rear end a little bit more stable as well. Beyond that, we adjusted camber a little bit for traction performance. And now we have a look whether we get this strange entry oversteer into the slow turn still. Go too wide over those curves as they make you cliff down the curb once you leave the curb. Oh, there was that hole. Have you seen it? Is it a laser scan? No, actually it's not. This version is way too flat. Probably it has been a laser scan, just years old. No, I'm kidding. I'm really kidding. So we're starting 39.3. Tire wear ratio looking good. Not perfect though. Good traction out of turn 1, important. Going too deep doesn't get you anything here, apart from bottoming out, bouncing wide. Stay on that curb here. Anything else will slow you down. It's quite an interesting track, as those hairpins, you know, when you come towards the apex, they go like this, they open up, and they actually invite you to turn in way too early for what's optimal. Oh, we actually got a lap time improvement in, 38.9.
8.96.
Tyre wear ratio looking good. Still not optimal. I still wish to wear the fronts a little further than the rears. But we're getting there, we're getting into the right direction indeed. See, if you can take that turn 7 more tight for better entry into 8, what you can gain out of there, it's just 2/10 worth of time. So this circuit of the America track is quite a track where you can make a difference as a driver. Will be very important, especially when talking about the race. The S's, find a different way in the slipstream. Stay somewhat in the slipstream, but don't be affected too much by dirty air, so you don't kill the tires. That will be the big managing task, I guess. Taking it a little bit more easy definitely is good for tire life in that turn. Doesn't really cost too much time. Always try to have a good exit. It was a bad one, still it is an improvement.
8.90.
Stop zone, how about overtaking? I'm not sure. I'm guessing it is rather difficult, to be honest. It all depends how much performance you're losing being in the S's behind the car. That will be the deciding factor, I think. So especially around here, how good you can take this turn 8. You know, I understeer it wide now, not like on purpose, but you know, if that happens, you lose a 10th. It's 2/10 maybe up to 310. There's nothing you can just gain back in this slow speed corner, and then traction out of this turn will be bad when we're speaking about dirty air and stuff. Hey there, Michael Clark, good evening. Hey Speedy. Is your internet back up fully, Michael? As they were working on the line there. Stupid slide going into 16.
That was a 1:39.44.
Yes, I still don't get the balance the right direction. Oh dear, Michael. Yes, it's up, but so the DRS is worth 2/10 without slipstream. Maybe if up to 4 or maybe 5 with the slipstream ahead.
That was a 1:39.43.
Is the tyre already in too bad shape in order to give us another improvement? Trying to find out. They tore up your yacht pretty bad. Are they actually allowed to do that? Yep, so the next time I'm in the pits and can try managing fixing it. It pisses me off that this camera just cannot keep the fucking settings. And that marks my rant of the evening. Oh, damn it. Slightly just lost the rear right.
That lap was
And tyre heat, here we come.
1:39.31.
Oh, it's not gonna work again. I keep missing that apex when going too quick through 6. Now I really forced the car to turn in with a front end. Well, 20 years of fixing a cable. I think that's worth an achievement. That is actually not a valid lap anymore. Anyway, it's a low 39. I think I'm way too slow. Now I'm way too slidey. Oh, I was way too early. Oh dear. And actually that marks the part of where we're basically sort of fucked with rear tyres again. DRS has a test. Yes, I know. Actually locking up tyres. So we're gonna do box. Another practice run for into the pit lane on badly worn tyres. So there will be a few checks going on Motec. Will be interesting. Hi Andres, how you doing? Alright, so first of all, we're gonna have a quick look into lap times that we achieved on the run. Wrong name. There we go. So 39.604.262 in the first one with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 laps to compare. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right on the spot. Okay, I can see apart from those two quicker ones, we kinda are... It's hard to say actually. We maybe just be right in the ballpark. But before we get deeper into the data, I have an empty mug. Means I want to get some coffee. In the meanwhile, I am getting the while the coffee's been made ready. I get the rear end camera to look a little better, and we're also going to swap into that scenery fairly soon. So you guys have the beauty of the rig being shown there, so bear with me. The rig camera, we want to configure that. We want to have this to be gone. There we go. That should be a lot better. So yeah, coming back to the fact, while we are waiting on a coffee to be brewed, yes, Motec opens up. I will need to oh, come on. Why don't you just show up? Is that the yes, it is. Alright, I will be into comparison a little bit here. with the setup changes we did, I find out that we have a tiny little bit more top speed thanks to a little adjustment, which is good. Bear with me. Bear with me real quick. Yes, Michael, time for coffee. Also, for you guys, I will be back with more assembly of the Porsche 911 RSR, the Lego car. Yes, I still not have finished it because I told you guys, obviously I'm gonna build it live. So that means as we haven't been live with the car build up in the last 2 weeks, there was no further progress on that. We're gonna be back live, most likely at 9 PM, so in an hour and 20. And we will have a new kind of microphone. So I got a lavalier, which I'm going to try on the stream. You guys already saw that in the vlogs I took for Viborg in Denmark for the GDR 24. So that microphone to be used, and I actually do hope that it will fit quite well, that it will give us some good quality. Later when we build a Porsche, we're gonna put that into a little bit of a talk show. You guys can come in, have your questions, and so on. In the meanwhile, I'm trying to make up my mind what could further help me on the tire wear issue. So the big issue I want to say I do have is the traction, I believe. So obviously one way would be to get more gently onto the throttle. Another way could be to have other things going on in the suspension. Anyway, I am now trying to have a little look into some more detail, as we were grounding quite heavily in some of the areas. So while we're hitting the brakes, bear with me, I need to check something really quick. I see we're still grounding. We are still grounding, okay, that is an important information. Michael Clark, buddy, thank you so much for the coffee time donation. 10 euros here donated by Streamlabs. Thank you so much, buddy. I appreciate that so much. Man, you are awesome. You are the man. Alright, so I do find out that the minimum... It is very low kind of grounding, so we do not need a lot of packers, which is good. That is an improvement. Okay, beyond that, I need to check driver. Need to compare the lap reports on tire wear. So bear with me, please. Yes. Ah, damn it. Okay, add channel reports. Yes, I am needing a little bit of reassembly here. Change. Okay. Oh, good God. Bear with me. Do I really need to set the properties each? Oh, damn it. Bear with me. Properties. Yep. Done. We add channels. Ground speed. Max. We add the channel. Showing the minimum. Change. Okay. Yep, there we go. Oh, it doesn't show that for all the laps done. Okay, 4.2. Yep, that is good. So we definitely had more tire wear on the first setup, which means the way we went to was a success. Hey Joff. Oh dear, Joff. Wait, something's wrong here. I think I missed to actually put in coffee. I think I accidentally have... No. Wait, what? I'm confused. Either way, how did the endurance go? We got second. That is fairly reasonable. So I think we did a good job overall. We could have won. We had some bad luck in the middle of the night, but that is what happens, you know. What is the type size of the monitors you use in the endurance race? Oh, was it 28-inch Predators? I don't know. Yeah, Michael Clark, I'd appreciate you to turn up for the Porsche builds. Okay, so we need to do further work on the set. Okay, a little bit working on the differential settings there. Sven Burst doesn't have an esports team in FSR. Actually the seat wasn't as comfortable as it looked like. I think the the softenings were a bit thin. Then with the mounting brackets we had, we couldn't tilt it enough backwards, so sitting position was a bit awkward. But overall, it was. I mean, the seat itself was good. Don't get me wrong. Certainly better than reversing out of FSR garages. Alright, let's see if the overview works. There we go. So you guys get a different view to watch now for the second stint. Okay, we're looking again into having at least 10 laps done. Still too bright. Okay, let me check. I got some bad fear though. Yes. Of course, for the second time always the freaking window appears elsewhere. That is most likely as much as I can get it good. Oops, shit. Now I obviously watched the wrong stuff. To the classic Magnussen. Alright, let's try to go for those 10 laps. Or maybe more, whatever the compound gets away with. Alright Michael, thank you so much for being here, and maybe see you later for the Porsche build. Well, Geoffrey, what lap times you were doing? The choppiness may come from the fact that this camera is recording 30 FPS, I believe, in HD, in high definition, and the screen got 144 Hz, so they are somewhat off sync, if that makes sense. Well, you're quicker than me in mediums. That's good to know.
That was a 1:38.99.
Well, because you have to be prepared if you got 10th, you know. Maybe that was back camera. Too far on the inside.
That was a 1:38.72.
Yeah, the sideways view with the screen is, I think, reasonable. So when being in side-by-side action, I think it's alright. So for the moment, yes. At least I do not know anything different just yet. And now obviously I got that problem of feeling having a lazy front end that I feel limitates me a lot.
The lap was a 1:38.88.
Yeah, he has been blistering fast there. Definitely did a top job. I don't freaking get it, how I can lose so much time through turn 2 while going flat out. So gaining time out of 1, and as soon as I go through turn 2 I'll start losing out time. And that all with stiffened front suspension, so that should be even less grounding. Drives me completely nuts right now. Yeah, I think his performance has been outstanding. So I'm losing 2/10 to him in sector 1. .5 in sector 2. I know that he takes that one flat out. Which will kill the tyres though.
The lap was a 1:38.96.
This is what I mean, I keep losing time while going through 2. And that with more right tide on the front end, no lift. Kinda don't get it. Flat spot at the tyres already. much tire wear in general. Yeah, we're already at the point of tire drop off, and we're just doing lap number 7 here. Yeah, Norman, there have been some pricing goods, or some goods as a price at GDR 24. Some water coolings, you know, PC housings, gaming chairs. And sadly, mainly stuff that cannot be used standalone. But whatever.
The lap was a 1:39.32.
Medium will be available on race day, yep. I cannot believe that this super soft tire is a good racing tire. But you know, if you qualify into the top 10, you need to use it. Unless you obviously qualify with an elsewise tire, but I kind of don't believe that will be possible. Lap number 8. That needs to be used for the statistics. I lost another 10th there. Rolling into that, or coasting into that turn.
Was a 1:39.57.
I think we still got potential with 39.0. Yeah, sitting and grounding twice on the freaking curbs. That way you can only correct the mistake by killing the front ends, getting the car back into the line. Not really what you want to do. Oh dear. Into the gravel trap we go. That wasn't that bad of a lap, to be honest.
40.43.
Well, Still doesn't get you anything, of course. If you put the car into the gravel trap. Let's try making those S's a bit better. There we go. Balancing the car with a brake here. Increasing the turn in. Tapping the brake. Wrong gear twice now. So we have reached lap number 10. But we're losing out pace here. Quite a slide there. Through turn 19, let's see. 39.6. We were coming in for 38 last lap. Not the one we finished, but the one that ended turn 19 in the gravel trap. I really think we can go quicker. Trying to get everything out of the tyres, everything out of the car now. As in simulating the in-lap. Still losing a 10.5 due to tyres. Yeah, you can just watch the timer go up. I'm trying as much as I can. Well, this is really like killing the tires now. Somewhat trying to do a quick lap time, 39 points. 5.66. Yeah, but I think we need the box now, so 11 laps done. And unless your your setup is tire preserving, oh dear, I don't think you can do further than 11 laps. Okay, bear with me. More checks required. Alright. Final laps for today. Final setup changes. Beyond that, I need to go further deep into data detail. I'm gonna do that offline. And then we will be back with the Porsche 911 RSR Lego build up 9 PM. That is actually what is planned. Bear with me. I think I forgot something. No, I need to come back off the garage. So stupid. If you don't start turning around. Yeah, keep me there, just keep me there. No. Damn it. Neutral. So let's see. I went on a very aggressive route now. I think I will see a lot of oversteer and rotation in the car. So let's see how many laps we can do with that. I think it has some very nice rotation indeed, but will it be something that we can race on? I think that needs to be the major question to be put down. So guys, if you're watching that for the first time and somehow like it, I'd appreciate if you leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel and make it grow. Alright, let's see if we can do 10 laps with that one. Yeah, I know that. Subsode. I am very much aware of it. Hence where we'll find out soon. Question is obviously how much more rotation can it produce.
The lap was a 1:38.79.
Yep, so I agree. SS looked nice, felt nice. Yeah, but that is what I mean. A snap oversteer into this turn. Yeah, and now I'm starting to go wide, and I do have an idea why that is the case.
That was a 1:38.
Fairly high tire temperatures, to be honest. Huge slight hit into turn 1. Massive tire wear. You feel that hesitation from me to turn in when coming towards the apex of the slow turn, of the slow turns. That is the missing trust, the missing faith into the setup when doing the turn into the slow corners. As it is a little twitchy. Feels like a Renault, to be honest. Ah, stupid idiot. Sorry. Lost the car on the braking there.
That was a 1:40.59.
Yeah. But you see that slidiness? And it seemingly becomes worse and worse each and every lap. Mostly into the low speed corners, so we can work a little around there with diff. Onto roll bars if required, but I do have the problem that tires are wearing out way too quick. Jan van der Heijden in the meanwhile got into quali runs. I will do him the favor to get a comparison out. Never really done a lap here around in quali mode though. So I think this lap could be quicker if we don't screw it up. Yeah, like that. It's not going to be personal best, so it's close to 38.6. Yeah, but the tires are just melting away. And I have that missing stability into turn 1. trying to be a little bit more safe on tires. Yeah, but the car also swings out of those low speed corners. Alright, so we're shaping up for another try in qualifying conditions. Just to see where the pace could be going at. Yeah, tyres are not in shape anymore to produce a PB.
That was a 1:38.80.
Let's see what we can do if we... I mean, I would need to get the tyre wear into a range. I could do the same distances with. That means no sliding whatsoever, but you see it already. 2.5 tenths. We're down. Don't overuse them tyres. Actually, that slide wasn't even wanted. There was a slide going on into the short speed, slow speed corners. I'm not sure, Subsode. I agree, it feels a bit weird. But it could be indeed the fuel, as you indicate. So yeah, I was going considerably slow and easy on them tyres now. But I think I cannot even do a mid 39. And tyres are not in the worst conditions yet, so I could do at least a 39.6 with that style of driving. With those kind of tyres in the same stage. And now we're doing a 39.8. Tyre wear's way up. So nope, that was a step into the wrong direction. So let's fix this real quick. Because I'm pretty sure there's not much to it. Alright, bear with me. Alright, so let's see what the car can do in quali trim. Oh my goodness me. Doch das kann doch jetzt nicht wahr sein. How much tires we lost? 2%. Fuck me. No. I need to do that freaking. Hey Casper. We will see whether he's beasting it or not. He did some quali run in 133.4. I don't know how many runs he did. But as he's 5 seconds quicker, I think that's quite reasonable. Not sure whether I can beat him in my first. In my first attempt. And then maybe he also doesn't know about the engine mode and the boost mode. I don't know whether he did or not, or whether he does or not. I know that he got the kind of driving style to be super quick in that car, because I think the style you need to have to drive that car should really suit him. Let's find out whether we both are rocking here. So I will outbrake myself heavily in turn 1, I can see that coming already. Jan is taking some distance for a clean run. As we're powering down, stop finish straight, let's see what we can do. Two or 3/10 missing indeed. Can we shape up the full seconds? Yeah, Casper, definitely more enjoying that F1. Missing the apex here slightly. That turn should be a full throttle no matter what now. So come on, turn. Yes.
The lap was a 1:32.92.
So Jan van der Heide just hit personal best. Hey Joao Moutinho. Anyway, that brings it to an end of today's testing session. We'll be top of the boards. I think I will have an interesting chat with Jan coming up soon. Trying to compare, because I think he did pretty well, you know, 33.3. He's done a couple of hot laps around here, as you can see. Thank you, Casper. But yeah, I think if I would have to judge on my own lap, a 32.5 is easily be doable at the current state of the track. I remember it was the first quali attempt. So I think even with a lot of stretch in the current state, I'll get low 32s to be to be possible there. Yep, I did not do VEC last weekend. Had other stuff around. And remember, Joel, I'm not Division 1 anyway, so it's very likely you won't see me at all. Right, guys, that's gonna do it. We're gonna be back with a build-up of Porsche 911 RSR and Lego. Feel free to join that stream. Hanging out for chats, hanging out for conversation, hanging out for discussion, and some boredom going on while me building Lego. But you know, it's an unfinished business. What I ever start, I try to finish. So I'm also trying to finish off that. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you enjoyed it. This is the Sim Pit. I'm Itchy Hoyer, and I'll see you guys out on the track.